Welcome back. I'm Katrina, and today we're going to look at two of my favourite topics, risk appetite and risk tolerance. Clarence is going to be helping us again to find out how risk appetite and risk tolerance fit with risk management. Hi Clarence. So Clarence, have you heard of risk appetite and risk tolerance? Don't worry, you're not alone. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Whether it's board members, the CEO or senior management, there is always someone making decisions for each business. They look at forward planning, goals and objectives. They're responsible for creating the vision and mission statements and the ethical values of the business. They also look at the growth strategies they'll use to build that business up. It does, but we are setting a scene. That high-level planning is just a start. They need to look a bit deeper. They might look at changes to products and services offered, changes to how they do their everyday tasks, even changes to suppliers and looking at other sales avenues, maybe restructuring the departments or the reporting structure, and looking at other business structures like a partnership or a company. Patience, Clarence, we are getting there. With every decision, the risk needs to be looked at, and remember, risk can be good or bad. Now, time for a couple of definitions. Risk appetite is the amount and type of risk a business is willing to accept to achieve its goals. Risk tolerance is the maximum amount of risk acceptable for each department in their daily operations. So let's break it down a bit further. Risk appetite is part of the governance or how the business behaves. It's strategic and takes the goals and objectives of the business into account. It helps work out the resources needed to achieve those goals, and gives a base to strengthen the risk management policies and procedures. It can be set either long or short term, but it shouldn't be set and forget, it needs to be monitored. Basically, it's determined by the highest level of management and looks at how risk is determined for the whole business. In contrast, risk tolerance is at more a day-to-day level and is tactical rather than strategic. It's set by the managers responsible for the daily operations in each area or department, and it uses previous history when setting the limits. It looks at every part of the area or department when it sets those limits. Now, where risk appetite might be set at one particular level, risk tolerance is usually set higher or lower for a specific task. By combining the two, you can use them to help set the direction for your risk management policies and procedures, get your staff talking about risks and if they're being identified and managed correctly, and it can be a starting point for any changes made, and it really should be part of any change management planning. Sorry Clarence, I know it was a bit full on, but how do you feel? Well, that's good to hear. It can actually be really useful if it's used right. How about everyone else? Is it making sense now? Time to head off and let all that information soak in. See you next time, Clarence. And hopefully we'll see all you again for the next one. Risk management. Want to know more about compliance? Head on over to our website for more resources, www.klm-audit.com.